This is Sonic, and you're watching JD Frank 20.
Oh boy, I may have just ran into one of the dumbest takes recently. Apparently this tweet right here by Fireblades, think it's time to admit that he was right. He's basically screenshotting this image right here on Switchforce's video saying unpopular opinion, Sonic Frontiers is a waste of $60. Ah yes, the infamous video where Switchforce became basically a laughingstock in the entire gaming community. Now, again, like I said, last week I made a video about this. Look, if all of you are just saying that Sonic Frontiers, you got over the honeymoon phase and now you're going to bash the game, not going to happen. If you think you're going to bash this game for a lot of its flaws, you're out of your damn mind if you think that Zach from Switchforce was fucking right. This has to be probably one of the dumbest takes of the week, and I'm here to call Fireblades out on this. I gave him a chance to retract that statement. I got no reply, so at the end of the day, we're just going to go from here. Yeah, so look at this stupid tweet right here. He's basically going to say that we're using cyberspace stages that are worse than the originals, open worlds that see dive into quality, and the time you finished, Ares Island and boss fights that are particularly entirely spectacles is worth a full $60. Here's 3 games actually worth $60. Now, what bothered me about this tweet is he's trying to change the fucking narrative. I hate people that actually do that. You're spinning the narrative to work it in your favor, and I'm here to say, oh, hell no. We're not going to talk about something else. You're not going to put words in my mouth. No, we're talking about Sonic Frontiers. You're not going to say another game is worth, you're not going to change the narrative like that. Now, I understand, yes, there might be other games that are worth the value. That's understandable, but you're not going to spin the fucking narrative. I hate it when people do shit like that, and it's my job to call him out on it. Now, here are the 3 games, obviously, he's saying they're worth the money, obviously. Doom Eternal, God of War, and Terraria. Again, those are well-established franchises. It's understandable that's worth the money. But the fact that he had the audacity of saying, well, maybe Zach from Switchforce was right, it says, are you kidding me? You're talking about the same Zach from Switchforce who changed his mind just because Sakurai liked the game when he demonstrated the game at Tokyo Game Show, and Zach basically saying, well, okay, then I like the game too. I honestly think Zach really doesn't like the game. He just felt defeated and he felt humbled, and he just said, you know what, I gotta basically clean up this mess that I make because every single person's making a video about me because of that god-awful take. That's all it was. At the end of the day, many people are saying, like, dude, are you serious? Now, I understand the game did have some flaws. I said flaws, not, there's not a Sonic game that's perfect out there. Yes, Adventure 2 has flaws too, so don't fucking say that Adventure 2 is great. It has flaws too. So does Unleash. So don't go out here and saying that Frontiers, has a lot of flaws. It has flaws, I will admit to that. I'm not basically going to be white knighting and say that Frontiers is the best game ever. It's the best game that came out in over a decade. That I could agree with. Alright, basically, people are saying, like, look, they had a problem with the story. I understand it felt kind of rushed. Look, because of time constraints, you get what you get, but the free DLC is going to make up for that. I am surprised that no one's even talking about that. Oh, yeah, the game felt rushed. The game felt like it was underwhelming, especially with the final boss. That's what we have the DLC waves for. I honestly think that's the real reason why SEGA made the DLC waves for free, so people didn't feel cheated buying the full game of the full length of the game. That's understandable. Look, at least Sega's adding more to the game rather than just charging you for extra content. It's going to add more to the story, and you're going to get the complete version of this game. They're not like these other companies like fucking Game Freak and Pokemon who have their own fucking problems after that abysmal launch of Scarlet and Violet. And now all of a sudden they're going to have their own shitty patch coming out. I mean, come on. And they're still going to charge you for season passes. Let's be real here. They're just damage controlling. It's fucking pathetic. So obviously, yes, I gave him one chance and I got no reply. So yeah. Now many people are actually saying, yeah, most people have had fun, with $60 more than any Nintendo games put out since 2017. This is a tweet right here by Super Not Funny. Obviously a cool icon right here. I agree 100% with that tweet, and here's why. Super Mario Odyssey is a game I haven't touched in almost 4 years. Let's be real here. It's one of those games where I just play it maybe once or twice, that's it, 100% in it, and that's it. There's nothing else left to do. The updates didn't really keep anything interesting. I mean, yeah, you got new costumes, this and that, but you really didn't get much of anything. Let's be real here. Nintendo's not one of those companies that like to do DLC for mainline Mario games just to extend gameplay. Like, oh, here's a new island, here's this, here's that. I don't know. I haven't kept up with that shit, so you have to elaborate me. Did they add, Penanta Island? Did they add all these other areas to add some fun, power moons or shit like that? I don't think they did. again, Pokemon is the worst with DLC. Obviously, I've already stated that. So again, there's not one Nintendo game that I really have fun with. I mean, Frontiers is the only game I really play right now that's, keep me occupied on the Nintendo Switch. I barely even use the Switch. Like I said, I bought all these other new games. I barely even touched them. They're all collecting dust. It's ridiculous. And they're all brand new copies. Most of the times I feel like just giving the damn things away. Again, the point is that I didn't like the fact that he tried to spin the narrative and saying, he didn't give any definitive reasons why he said the game wasn't worth the value. He's just basically saying, oh, Zach was right from Switch Force. That's a fucking stupid excuse. Come up with legitimate reasons why you don't think the game is worth $60. Seriously. Because what you're saying right now is, oh, he's just pointing out some flaws. Those flaws don't really count when you think about it. Every video game is going to have flaws. I'm sorry, that doesn't count. If you felt the story felt incomplete or whatever, or it just felt rushed, that's understandable, but you're going to get repairs of that with the DLC updates coming out this year. And it's free nonetheless, so you can't even bash that. Again, this guy just probably made one of the stupidest tweets I've ever seen in my life. Like, again, I understand maybe, was Zach correct all along? Hell no. I understand. I knew this shit was going to happen. The moment that the honeymoon phase was over for Sonic Frontiers, now people are going to try to take shots at Sonic Frontiers, and I'm not going to let that shit happen. Not by a long shot. So let me know what you all think about this, and I got to go. Peace out.